Well, welcome to my first show, Charlie Micallef, Marine Media. This show is all about you, that's right, putting you on the fish. Now, not only do we have reporters from all around Australia, most of the filming and reports will be down here on the beautiful Mornington Peninsula. Now, the cycle has started. What cycle? Well, basically the cycle that brings the same species of fish in our Port Phillip Bay every year at the same time or roundabout. That's right, it has started. Now, most fish that actually come into Port Phillip Bay come so through my backyard. What's my backyard? Come with me now and I'll show you. Well, you guessed it, my backyard, Bass Strait. An amazing piece of water. Flood attack one day and huge swell the next. You really got to know what you're doing when you fish out here. Now, we talked about the cycle. The cycle is basically fish that come from Bass Strait into Port Phillip Bay to end up on your dinner plate for your family. There's a lot of different species of fish that actually come in on the cycle, and the first fish that we're going to look at is a squid. This is all where it starts, southern Port Phillip Bay. Lots and lots of squid are actually caught from this section every year, and the reason being it's so much current here that they come in here and spawn. So it's very important to look after the big breeders. Now, where do you actually fish? It's an incredibly large amount of water. Where do you actually fish? Well, one thing I found out is that the squid are actually very lazy. They actually follow the current, and if they find any lees where there's no current, they actually sit in there and wait there until the current changes, and then they start going the opposite direction. And along the Mornington Peninsula, as we have here, as you can see, there's a lot of little coves and inlets, and that's where the water stops. It's really incredible when you jump in the water, there's no current at all, then you'll kick a couple of feet out and it'll take you away like this raging current. And that's something you really need to remember when you're fishing for squid. If you find all these different points where there's no current, that's where the squid will be. Very easy to actually see the squid when it's this clear. It's fantastic. I love southern Port Phillip Bay for that reason. And you can actually sight the squid using your polarizers. And actually there's a few over there now, I can see them. They're not big, they're small. Oh, there's a bigger one there. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump in the water, I'm going to shoot the small ones only. I'm not interested in taking any of the big breeders. Shoot a couple of the small ones, bring them up so you can have a look at it. And that way you can get an idea what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. A good sized squid, perfect for the pad, looking after the fishery, leave the big breeders there, and these absolutely taste fantastic. Well, there you have it, our lunch. Absolutely sensational with a bit of garlic and a bit of chilli. As you can see, as I said to you before, look for all the little coves and you'll find plenty of these squid. Now, this might be only small to some people. I can assure you that it's plenty there for a meal. The good thing about it is I can go down and get more tomorrow or the next day. It's important to look after our big stock, I really believe that. So there you have it, squid on the Mornington Peninsula. Underwater photography is going to be a big part of the show, and believe it or not, it doesn't have to be all that expensive to own some cameras. A lot of people have asked about the equipment I have, and I have two cameras that are pretty reasonably priced for what they do. First camera I bought was basically a Sony housing that fitted over my Sony camera, and it's all tape, very good picture quality, high definition. You do have a mirror that actually works so you can see where it is, but it's very hard when you've got the glare in your face, and the viewfinder is very small. Very hard to operate. Now this one here is a lot better. It gets down to 90 meters. It has a camera inside as well. Not as good as the Sony because it's not a tape, it's with a computer chip, so it's got a bit of a robot feel to it, but you've got a massive viewfinder, and this one is very easy to operate. When you push it down, you can actually look at it like that and see it quite clearly. So there you go, two types of cameras. Check them out, but when you see underwater photography on our shows, they're the cameras I'll be using. Michael, Charlie Micallef, mate, how are you?
G'day Charlie, how you going?
Pretty good. I'm at the Pope's Eye. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, I sure do, mate.
It's a little bit better than Altona, isn't it?
Altona, wow. Depends on where you come from, mate.
Look, welcome to the show. Michael's going to be doing our reports from Altona. Is that correct?
That's correct, mate.
Now, it's started to fire up already for snapper, I believe.
No, we're at that critical point, mate, where one senses that all hell's about to break loose.
Ah, that's good, mate. I know the water temperature's still fairly cool at the moment, but for the people that are looking at this report now, you're going to be doing a regular report, of course, but for the next few weeks, when the water temperature gets up, whereabouts do you reckon they should be going out in Altona to catch a snapper?
Charlie, it's all about the water temp. The water temp was nearing 14.5, 15 degrees late last week. The cold burst we had over the weekend has pushed it back down to about 13.5 at the moment in the middle of the bay. Now around Altona, Williamstown, there are patches of warmer water around that 14.5, 14.7 mark. And the best catches that I'm hearing about are early in the morning, close in. I've heard about a couple of good bag catches in the last couple of days. One angler in particular, his crew's got their bag for the last 2 days, okay, and also the previous evening, which was the night after the pretty stormy weather we had over the weekend. Now, it is a bit of hit and miss at the moment. My advice for this time of year will be early morning, pretty close in, so the air is around the footy ground around Willie, okay, also that area around Green Point, just off Brighton. Will normally produce a fish or two, also that Black Rock area. And don't be hesitant, people out there, to fish water that you might think is a bit too shallow for snapper. I'm hearing a good fish, 4 to 5 kilo fish, coming out of 5 metres of water, 6 metres of water.
All right, mate, that is fantastic. Now we're running out of time. I'll give you a call in another couple of weeks and we'll see what's happening straight out from your home there at Altona, and it's good to have you part of the team.
Good on you, Charlie. Thanks for that, mate, and I look forward to a bumper season.
Thanks, Michael. Okay, this is the board. The board we use for a lot of technical talk and also talking about particular species that swim in these beautiful waters here in Mornington Peninsula. But at the moment, we're right on the borderline. I just went out this morning. We've got a water temperature of only 14 degrees. As soon as it hits 16, I reckon it's going to go off. Now, the areas that should go off, because there's a lot of fish there at the moment, are what we call along the fairway. About 22, 21, 23 metres of water. Very easy to find. You'll see the actual snapper on your sounder. The times I like to go, basically the highest tide, that's when the water is at highest, and then just on the slack and it turns to run out. So it starts running out full of heads. I find that the best time to catch fish in this particular area, particularly if you can match it with first light or last light, you should do really well. Well, that's it for the first show. If you want to know anything, that's the email address there, and of course I've got the bite times for these particular fish for this area written down so you can check them out as well. Good luck, let me know how you went. See you next time. Bit more.